Hey, we're back. So this is a recipe that I usually do with salmon. I do the same thing, the mirepoix, the celery, the onions, and the carrots, sautéed in olive oil. And then I season it kind of again in the fish family with the Old Bay. And I put lemon on top of it, and I put a little white wine if you want. You don't have to have it. And tofu instead. This is for my new vegan friends, my new vegetarian friends. So we're going to do this with tofu. Tofu en papillon. No, en papilette. En papilette.
What's that?
It's French for in paper, because we're going to eventually put it into that paper. And bake. En papilette, I think is what it's called.
So
Fish in a bag. Whatever.
So it doesn't matter how you chop your vegetables?
What you try to do is get them all about the same size, because then they'll cook about the same. Carrots are going to take longer anyway, but they don't have to be fully cooked because they're going to bake for a little over half an hour, 45 minutes. So right now, actually, all I'm doing is sauteing it. I think I've told everybody, it's probably repeating myself a zillion times, all the people who have been back here listening to me prattle. I like to put all my seasonings in the pan with the oil so it can bloom. Every time you bloom your seasonings, you get a lot more of them. And you know I'm not going to measure, but there is a recipe for this. I did measure. And, salt and pepper and dill. I went out to our little lovely garden in the back and I brought some dill back already. Look at that, dill from the garden, maybe. So, Amy, that's about all I can do right now, but stir this and wait for it to saute.
How long does it usually take to saute?
10 minutes. So I was pressing this tofu to get some of the moisture out. And I think it is good now. Oh, and by the way, Amy and my videographer here, Amy and I are social distancing, so don't think we're taking chances with our lives here. she's all masked up. I'm not, because you couldn't hear me, but we're 6 feet away. So we're good. We're good. I'm going to cut this tofu in half this way. And then in half this way, because I want 4 nice sized pieces. And oh boy, that's real straight. See? That's okay. And then this is the mirepoix that I'm doing. Like I said, that's the carrots and the celery and the onion and the seasoning. And I'm just going to soften them until they start to look opaque. And they are going to go down first. Parchment paper. There it is. I have 4 pieces of parchment paper here. I'm going to use a little bit of pan spray. It's not necessary altogether because you have olive oil in your mirepoix, but I'm just making it lay flat. And the mirepoix will go down first, then the tofu, then the seasoning, and I forgot to wash my lemon. Also, you all know anything I put a knife through gets washed. Everything. Watermelons, everything. They go in my soapy water, and I wash them and rinse them because I don't know who rolled it around the store floor before I got it. I don't trust anybody. Good plan to wash everything. People say, well, why would you wash a lemon? That's a hard skin. It can't get it in there. But when your knife goes through the skin, it takes it into the flesh. So it does contaminate if there's anything on the outside.
Keeping it clean.
Yep, keeping it clean. And we know we got to be extra. safe.
So what does Mirepoix mean?
It's just a French word for the three. It's like the trinity of the New Orleans. You know, the celery, onion, and green peppers. The trinity in New Orleans. This is a French version of. I'm sure if I looked up that word, it would give me a specific thing, but that's what it really means. And it's always celery, onion, and carrots. And I don't speak French.
That's okay.
I barely speak English. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I'm just going to give this a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to start to assemble this. There, it's nothing. It's just putting little layers. Divide it here onto the paper. Everybody gets some. Usually when I'm doing these recipes, it's for 20. This feels so funny. I miss everybody! Oh my gosh, I miss everybody. Okay, and I'm going to put the tofu on top. I'm going to salt and pepper it. Salt and pepper. Every time I'm doing something in the kitchen and Dell is standing there watching me, he'll say, "That was an exact measurement, right?" I go, "Yep, sure was." I'm going to put my dill and parsley.
Fresh is best.
Fresh is best. I should have grabbed a little bigger bouquet, but it was chintzy. It's okay. It'll be enough. It'll be enough. And on top of this, I'm going to put some lemon. And okay. This is the best one to show you here, maybe. It's just I'm going to make a package out of it. There's a whole lot of ways to do this too, but this doesn't have to be that sophisticated. What I do is I bring it up to the center and fold it over a couple of times. And just close one end.
And fold and
Tuck it under. And the other one I'm leaving open because I'm going to put that little drip of white wine in, which is not absolutely necessary, but it kind of helps it steam a little if you want it. You don't have to pour it in here like glug, glug, glug. I guess I will. I was thinking if I had a little tiny glass. I'm using less than a tablespoon in there. And then I'll seal the side like that too. And then they are going to go in foil.
Can you show us on the camera?
Little package, a little present. That's it.
Can you bring it closer to the camera?
Sure. Okay, it's just a little tiny package. The parchment paper was first, and I closed it up. Could you see that?
I kind of can, but if you could just like hold it up to the camera, like right here.
Like this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does it look like when it's right?
It's however you want it.
Like
yours.
baked potato.
It's like a baked potato. That's a good plan. And then put it steam side down on your cookie sheet, if that's what you're using. Product. We have our finished product. And I went out to the garden and I got a little garden salad. Dandelions are completely edible, all parts of it. And I got a little bit of dill and lettuce.
Beautiful.
A little bit of rosemary, and this is our little packet here. You have to remember, this is the one that I think has a lot of wine. not going to use that. That one I'm going to take home because I think it's going to be kind of bitter. That's better. So remember, there's steam in these guys. You're just going to open it up. You can serve it on the paper if you wish, or you can take it off of the paper, whatever you want to do. I'm going to take it off. Now I did the same exact thing with salmon, and almost the same timing, by putting the salmon on top of the mirepoix, and then all your toppings, and make it in the same style. You can do salmon or trout or any other fish if you wish, but we want to go vegan. So this is it. This is the guide.
Up, up.
Up, 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 up.
Wow!